Is on the job. The new director of Georgia's State Ethics Commission says he will continue its investigation into former gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams. 11 Alive's Doug Richards is looking into this for us. Doug is in the newsroom. Doug, what are they looking for?
Well, Jeff, they're looking at allegations that have been filed over the course of the campaign. The Georgia Transparency and Campaign Finance Commission investigates ethics complaints that are frequently filed by watchdogs or unfriendly political operatives. We're told that 4 or 5 such complaints against Abrams are actively being investigated. Director David Emadi says his agency will subpoena both bank and financial records from Abrams and any group that was associated with her campaign. That includes political action committees and special interest groups. All this comes as Abrams is considering a run for the U.S. Senate next year, which she talked about today during the Women in the World Summit in New York City.
My responsibility is, number one, to figure out what it is I actually want now. And that's why I'm giving very careful consideration to the Senate. It's an important job, and I need to know if that's the job I should take.
And now back to the ethics commissioner who started work 4 days ago. Emadi told me that the commission also investigated complaints into Brian Kemp's campaign, but found no sustainable allegations. Abrams' former campaign manager said in a statement that Emadi is a Republican operative who ought to be investigating instead ties between Governor Kemp and voting machine vendors. Emadi has his first ethics commission meeting next week, Cheryl.
All right, Doug Richards reporting. Thanks, Doug.